and welcome to our talk show, Newsflash. This evening we'll be introducing real people from the Great Depression. They will be talking to us and telling us information about what it was like for them back then. Life for them was not as good as we saw it. Multiple people were left with nothing but a depressed soul and a whacked out mind. Many died and many lived through the horrible event by moving west of it all. Crops got destroyed, and after dirt covered the land, soil was no longer good.
Without further ado, please send a warm welcome to a friendly hobo named Tino.
Hey,
Man, how have you been? Hope all is well.
let's just say it's been an adventure.
Well, yeah, I bet it has. Tell us, T-Bone, how angry were you about this news?
How angry? Do you even realize what the Great Depression did to me? I lost everything I had. And because of all this chaos, I'm stranded on the streets with hardly any food or water to drink. Every day, I wonder whether or not I have enough food to eat that day.
So sorry to hear. I heard that a lot of people are left like that as well. All because of one thing, hundreds are left to die. It's pretty heartbreaking if you ask me. How's the rest of your family?
They're doing good, I guess. My dad wasn't as bad impacted by it as I was. Yes, they suffered too, but at least it didn't cause them to be stranded on the ice-cold streets, numbing their body like I was. It just makes me mad thinking about how life was a few years back. I was doing well. I had my own little old thrift shop on the corner of Baltimore and Plum Tree Road. It was a memorable job I had. Indeed, I loved it. It there because all I had was responsible for greeting customers and making sure their food found what they needed. There were so many nice customers. I hope they're all doing all right.
Oh, that's sweet of you. I hope they are too. Do you ever even wonder if you'll ever reorganize your life?
You're making it sound like it's my fault I lost my job. How is it my fault when President Hoover was the one who did this to everyone?
Now, don't get upset. Tell us, T-Bone. We all know that you're clearly upset about this whole job loss thing, but in your opinion, how badly was this economic slump impacting your life?
Majorly.
Please explain.
Like I said before, I have no job. Having no job means I have no money, and I need money to survive. It sickens me every day that I was a hardworking man, a young one in fact, and because of all my hard work and dedication to the store, coming in early on Sundays to collect newspapers to put on the front table, and making sure I was always in the best mood possible so that everyone would come back, I received nothing at all but karma.
Okay then.
We get that you're upset, and trust me, I would be too. But that's the past, and you can't do anything about it but learn from it and build on.
Great advice. In order to become strong from it, you have to gain the courage to change what has happened and help yourself get what you deserve. Revenge is never the answer.
Correct.
What is this? Advice time? I came here to tell you how miserable my life was and how you should feel sorry for me and be grateful that you were born in the generation I was born in. Oh boy, if only you actually saw how bad it was. For all I know, half my college were talking to animals on the road like they were their friends. The Great Depression messed with their minds so bad and made it seem like they were crazy that it got to the point. Don't you realize how miserable this was?
Yes, we know, T-Bone, and we are incredibly sorry for making you upset. We didn't realize you came here to cause drama and be nothing but happy and positive. This is supposed to be a fun little gig you were included in to help educate people about your rough times and the things people had to experience back then. Once again, we're sorry for the whole mix-up. It was definitely not intentional.
You're good. Sorry, I didn't mean to blow up on you guys. I was just angry. That's it.
We know, we get it. You have no shame. But tell us, T-Bone, exactly what happened to you guys when everybody decided to move west? What was going through your guys' heads?
Well, you see, the eastern part of the U.S. wasn't where the Great Depression was happening. People had lost their job and places to stay. The soil was great, so it was easy for farmers to grow crops. Although the people who lived there first were livid, they couldn't control what we did. We needed things just as bad as they did, if not worse. Where we lived, we couldn't do anything that made profit because no one could pay for what we were selling except the rich who went to the stuff we made anyway. The rich were spoiled. They all had enough money to do whatever they pleased. Of course, they didn't get impacted by this whole massacre because they had so much money they didn't need to make crops to eat and sell, or they didn't have to worry about house payments. The rich is what drove all these people crazy. You would think the same of them would have a big enough heart to help out some of the many people on the streets. I'm not saying giving them money, but give them some food or something. Say they could survive this harsh time period. The Great Depression is called the Great Depression for a reason. Almost a great deal of the people living in the time period were full of anger and depression. It just wasn't something the government should be proud of.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry for my losses.
Yeah, me too. Well, on that note, our next source coming in to talk to us is a young political candidate. He says he has something to talk to us about fixing this horrendous tragedy.
Come on in, John.
Hello, Reeds.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
First and foremost, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've been telling everyone that you are a political candidate. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
So you think you are better than Mr. Hoover, don't you?
Well, of course I am.
How exactly is that so?
My 5-point plan.
What is your 5-point plan?
Seems interesting if you ask me.
It is the point I will use to run against him. 5 points in exact.
Please tell.
Okay, my 5-point plan will go like this. Point number 1, end any and all financial institutions. Point number 2,
Wait. Hold up, explain that. That makes no sense. You can't just make all financial issues disappear.
yes, I know. And I'm not saying I am, that's impossible. But I will do what I can to help people figure out what kind of deal they've got going on.
So that makes more sense. Now continue on with your plan.
Point number 2, lower prices. If I lower prices, yes, people will lose money, but if more people can afford and buy fewer priced items, owners will receive more profit than having one person only buy one expensive thing. In the long run, it makes sense, trust me. Now, on to point number 3, and in my opinion, the most important. Create jobs. In order for people to get money, they need to survive and get shelter and food. They have to be making some sort of money. The more jobs, the more people will become out of debt, and the more people who come out of debt, the more things they can buy.
As simple as that.
Now, John, how do you plan on keeping all these promises?
I've been in business for 13 years. I know what I'm doing.
But John, that's only 3 points. What about the other 2 you promised to make?
You guys won't let me finish. Point number 4, create some sort of international business, possibly something that has to do with trading. I could connect us to other continents and we could trade something made in the U.S. for something made in their country. This could also make us millions of dollars. And lastly, point number 5, end the depression. Rebuild the U.S. economy and improve wages and standards of living. I can do something against President Hoover can't, and that's provide a positive and happy government. You see, that's the key. By nagging and pushing things too fast, problems can occur. That's all it takes, time. In a matter of years, we will have the best economy and the highest living standards in the nation. And that, my friend, is what I am going to be the best.
Wow, sounds interesting.
Yeah, hope that all works out for you, bud.
In the meantime, I believe it is time to go. Big thanks for our guest speakers, T-Bone Jones and John Smith. Hope you all had a lovely time and safe drives to work. Thank you all and have an amazing day.
See you tomorrow for your favorite
Station News Flash.